Is to marry them. Can I go out with them? Can I chat? This is most of the questions. Can I have a boyfriend? Can I have a girlfriend? And so on. So let's address these ones, and I'm pretty sure they will be coming later, but so we'll address them now. If I don't address anything, please feel free to go ahead and ask. So now, let's first understand the concept of halal and haram, lawful and unlawful. Anything in Islam is lawful. Anything, believe it or not. Everything in this life is lawful. Capiche? This is just a simple rule. Everything in life is lawful. You're allowed to do everything, except what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no, you can't do it. And if you find out, you'll find out it's good for you. I said good for you, that phrase once in UK, and I didn't know what it meant. Like, or I don't care, or it had a negative connotation. But after the course, they told me that. Hey, good for you! Well, don't say that here, Sheikh. It's not good. It's not good. So now I'm seeing good for you in a positive way. Now, we know that everything is halal except what Allah made unlawful, and what Prophet Muhammad made unlawful. So if everything in this life is lawful, unless what you see something in the Quran says you can't do that, or something in the Sunnah, meaning the prophetic traditions, it says you can't do that, then you're allowed to do it. The opposite is correct when it comes to ibadah, the act of worship. Okay? Now, in the relationship in itself, I usually give a very simple measuring stick, whether you want to know if it's halal or haram. I want you to take that measuring stick and apply it to everything that you do. I'm just giving you the bottom line. And instead of going to specifics, I'm going to give you a measuring stick that you can use to give yourself, you become a mufti. You see, mashallah, you become an alim now, you become a scholar and a person that can actually give you a jurist, like some laws. So what is that measuring stick of it being lawful or unlawful? Very simple. If you're talking to somebody on the phone, or you're chatting online, you say, hey baby, how you doing? Maybe the brothers don't do that, but you try to be cool in front of you or something. Right? And then, or maybe chatting, hey, what are you going to be wearing tomorrow? Where can I see you with that? You know you were looking really good last year. And all that stuff, right? And all of a sudden, you hear this sound, that dreaded sound of what sound is that? It's the door! Lordy, 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 lordy. Who is in that door? It's your father. Dun, dun, dun. With the nuts on the chest, of course. Now, imagine yourself at that specific time. What will you do? So if you say, hey, baby, how are you doing? In that conversation, and your father comes in, he goes, yes, brother Abdurrahman, I will talk to you tomorrow. I will talk about the religious, yes, it's good tomorrow, masjid, yes. So we say, hey, you kidding, man, come on. So first, identify something. What is the identification of? The word khalwa. So remember this word khalwa meaning that you're being alone with someone. But most of the brothers and sisters think of khalwa, meaning being alone with someone, is that you have to be in the four walls. Brothers and sisters, one brother, one sister, alone, in four walls, nobody can see you. Is this statement true or false? False is right. I'm sorry, I don't have my candy with me. But usually when somebody answers something, Brother Uthman is my right arm. He's prepared. He's ready. Now I'll tell you what, we'll leave that for the end. Okay, so I'll ask you questions, inshallah. The most important part is to understand. Understand the meaning. I don't want you to memorize anything, but understand the meaning. So if your father comes in and you change the conversation, you know it's haram or halal, lawful or unlawful? Haram. It's unlawful. Why? Let's go to the definition of the word khalwa, being alone with someone. The definition of it is i'timanun faj'a, meaning that you are comforted or you're at ease with a surprise. If someone comes at you at a surprise moment, out of nowhere, all of a sudden your father just shows up with a bazooka, okay? You will not change your position, you will not change your behavior, you will not change your speech. You're good because you have nothing to hide. But if you change everything, you're sitting down and you're being cool and all that. Reading the Quran and all that, you know right away you've done something wrong. Right? Otherwise you wouldn't change. Why? Same thing. A cat takes it, you give the cat food, she'll eat it. But if she steals it, is she going to eat it in front of you? She's going to take it and run away, hide. Maybe not the best example, but at least to show you that there was something there, you have nothing to hide. You don't have to hide. You can be there, no problems. Very good. So let's now understand the word why. Why does Islam do this? Put some restrictions, not all, some restrictions, and I will tell you what is halal dating. You can tell me, does halal dating exist in Islam? Yes, it does. Where? Engagement. We have a halal boyfriend, a halal girlfriend. We call him fiancé. Yes, it's halal. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأْتُ الْبُيُوتِ مِنْ أَبْوَابِهَا. Come to the doors through what? Come through the homes through what? The balcony? No, the doors, the gates. So if you see these things, you watch, hey Rapunzel, throw down your hair. And this guy is down on one knee and doing the accordion thingy. All that is movies, not real thingies. So we understand why. Because women are emotional, men are physical. So a guy can be telling you, he's giving you his flowers and the chocolate and the poems, and the sister, he says, we're walking on the beach and they see the birds singing and the sun is rising and the river, blah, blah. And she goes, I see this guy. What guy? What guy? The guy that comes on a white horse. That guy with long hair. Of course, the pecs are there with a six-pack. And the guy has to be walking toward you with that hair flying in the wind and the horse is going in slow motion. So it's going. So he's looking at you, the sister goes, I love him. So that's what happens. So the sister now is this romantic, lovely thingy, right? That's basically what happens. So you're waiting for this, you're living this dream and fantasy of yours. So if the guy comes in, Assalamu alaikum ukhti. How you doing? I'm something, forgive me, I love everyone. So what happens? You go, that's not what I'm looking for. I want romance. I want dating. I want to go behind blah blah blah. I want to do this. Where do you get this? From another movie. Where is the movie? It's usually an Indian movie. I love Indian movies. Because in Egypt, it's big. If you watch an Indian movie, you have to cry. And you get this vision. Yeah. So usually what happens is a sister loves a brother and the brother loves a sister, but who does not want them to get married? They're married. It's a very typical scenario. Boy, girl, father, burden. Here's the villain. That loves the girl that loves the father. What do? Can't get married, so what do? They elope, they run away. They're doing something that's haram, unlawful, and all of a sudden you're cheering for them. You go, girl. You elope. You run. Go. And all of a sudden what happens? They meet in the middle of nowhere. And absolutely out of nowhere, a tree shows up in the middle. And behind the tree, there is this group of dancers. And they come in singing and dancing in the rain. It has to be raining, right? It's romantic. And it's all this drama stuff. You know what happens? Is the sister now is heartbroken because she can't get married. That's why we have something called wali in Islam. Why do we have a wali in Islam? Because of that specific reason. Because brothers are physical. Please understand this part. Physical, they want something. We're hunters, right guys? When we go to a place, what do? Hey, right, hunters. Sisters are the emotional part. And please remember this phrase. Remember this phrase. Men will learn to love the woman they're attracted to, but women will learn to be attracted to the man they love. So you take your decision mostly based on emotions. Men will base their decision mostly based on physical. So if a man comes to me, asking for my daughter's hand in marriage, he cannot pull this stuff on me. No, uncle, I love your daughter very much. And I want to marry her. What am I going to do? I'm going to smack him upside the head. I go, talk straight. Do you have 1, 2, 3, 4? You see? But a woman on her own, she will not Please don't misquote on this. I'm not belittling.